Alright, what is going on, guys? This is PXG Cash Howard welcoming you to Season 5 of the Worldwide Champions League. Now, before I go into full detail about everything with Season 5, let me essentially go over what happened towards the end of Season 4, because I know a lot of people are going to probably wonder what happened to the rest of the videos. So, as you guys remembered, I was really busy during that time frame. I was backed up on recording videos for past weeks because during the middle I had gotten both sick, went on vacation, etc, etc. So when I was getting back into the groove of making the videos, there was an update by Nintendo, and you guys know whenever they do an update patch to the games, it messes up with the replays that are already there. So essentially the entire half of the middle half of the season was gone. Like, no one had access to them. In my case and in Lindo's case, we already had our battles already always recorded, so you guys got to see me through my channel, my journey, and you guys saw through Lindo's channel his own journey between the 15 weeks. Towards the week 14, there was a lot of talk about Nintendo banning a lot of people who used what the situation was, but it was going to put a risk to us because a lot of the people who are still remember, we're still week 14, and these are people who are potentially going to be advancing, also genned a lot for the league. So none of the genners wanted to put their own copies and hardware at risk, so we opted just finishing the league through Showdown. So none of you, like I said, at this point none of you guys even know what happened at this point. So to make a long story short, the top 8 players that made it to the playoffs, in first place was Silver, second place was Lindo, third place was Blaze, fourth place was Connor, fifth place was CB, sixth was Liam, seventh was Shane, and I came in 8th place. And that's how the playoffs was looking like. Like I said, at this point we all just started using Showdown to do our matches. So it was going to be me versus Silver, first versus 8th. It was going to be Lindo versus Shane, second versus 7th. Blaze versus Liam, 3rd and 6th. And Connor versus CB, which is, 4th and 5th. Now, what's funny about a lot of these matches were that, especially the last 2, I believe, were essentially repeats of what had happened prior, in a prior week. So people got like their grudge match pretty fast, especially Liam and Blaze, who fought week 15 to fight yet again in the first round of the playoffs. So I lost to Silver, Lindo lost to Shane, Blaze lost to Liam, and CB lost to Connor. So that puts Silver and Shane in the semifinals, and Connor and Liam in the other semifinals. So Shane beats Silver, and Connor beats Liam. So the championship match essentially is a battle between 2 coaches who were former runners-up in the past, seasons, which ultimately ended up with Connor advancing and winning, becoming the Season 4 champion. So at some point I'm going to be uploading that match because, like I said, it was on Showdown, so we actually get to have that log of it. So I'll put those up just like I did the past championship battles for the other seasons. This season, though, back to Season 5, I'm gonna be doing my best in in recording things as quickly as I can, because I don't want another patch to randomly come up and then just destroy the whole thing. And I could have continued on from where I was at, but literally there was nothing would have been gained. You would have had essentially a gap in between that, you know. Like, what happened? Like, why is this person now up this? Why did this? Because a lot of interesting things happen towards the middle of the season. Because while certain people in the upper portions were kind of like stamped, you know, they punched their tickets to playoffs, it became a race with the lower half as to who was gonna make it and who was not gonna make it. So, kind of unfortunate. A lot of people missed out on that, but like I said, I will be trying my best this time around, as I am a one-man machine. So, with that said, like I said, this is season 5 now. Season 4 is out of the way now. So, we're changing things up a little bit for season 5. We're obviously still doing Sun and Moon. We're still what is it? We're still drafting with... Actually, no. Scratch that. This is literally... almost everything is new at this point. We're still doing Sun and Moon. We're not using the GBA format list that we've used in the past when it was... Remember, last season we just had a unrated draft, which is why a lot of people had broken stuff. This time we're going back to a tier system. We're using a modified version of the NPA's draft list, and I really mean modified. We're also not going to be doing the traditional you fight everyone each week, because a few of the coaches were worried that with how the games are going to run, we'd be pushing through during the release of Ultra Sun and Moon, and they ultimately felt like they didn't want to take 10 minutes to play regular Sun and Moon when Ultra Sun and Moon come out, because potentially we may get new things as well. So we decided to shorten the league up. As opposed to 15 weeks, we're doing 12 weeks. And everyone essentially has been divided into division and conferences. So only the top player of each division is going to advance. Now, there's going to be 4 divisions. In each one 2 per conference. So instead of, you know, going with the regular vanilla of, you know, all the Kanto and Johto conferences, or, you know, the Gold and Silver conferences, we decided to be a little funny with it. So the divisions themselves are also not just going to be called Red, Blue, Green, Yellow, because that's also very basic. They're actually named after us, as you can clearly see in the middle. There's the photo of the Elite Four of the Worldwide Champions League. A.RAICHU, which represents Liam. Pancham, which represents myself. Tyranitar, which represents CB. And Porygon Z, which represents Connor. So what we decided to do was, me and Liam would be a conference, and CB and Connor would be a conference. So to be funny with it, me and Liam decided, one thing we do have in common is we both like Overwatch, so we are the Overwatch conference. CB and Connor have a habit of playing the TCG, so they decided to be the TCG conference. Has nothing to do with anything in regards to who was placed in what division and whatnot. What we ended up doing was taking the order of the draft list that we had, and we essentially divided each coaches up so that way not one division will be overpowering the other. So if we would have just went with a pure random format, that wasn't gonna happen. But the problem that we also have is the fact that we have a lot of good players in this league. So it's going to be kind of hard to split up, say, for example, I don't know, let's say 12. 12 good coaches out of 16, or even, let's say, for example, 13. You're going to have a very uneven amount of skill between each division. But, as I said, this format was done so that we can hurry up quicker. So it's no longer the, oh, I can be here and maybe make it to the end. At this point, you're just really competing with the other people in your division as to who's going to be the one that's going to leave out for the division. So, with that being said, we're going to go over each player, their draft. I'm not going to go into detail about the draft, about what's good or what's bad with the draft, because I am not that person. I am out of the 4 of us, I'd be the least likely to give you any powerful insight of how how good or how bad someone else is doing. I can tell you anything about myself, not about anyone else. So, starting off, the Alolan Raichu division, which, as I said, is essentially the one under Liam. The first player we got here is Brody, who's returning again for representing the Chesterfield Victinis. As you can see clearly, here's an outline of what his draft was. Not in the order that he drafted, of course, but his Mega, we're actually allowing Megas again, and we're also doing only one Z Crystal, as opposed to last time where we had no Megas and 3 Z Crystals. So, Brody has Mega Banette, Ductrio, Gyarados, Darmanitan, Kyurem, Slurpuff, Emolga, Jirachi, Scolipede, Hitmonchan, and Gligar. As you can see, his Z Crystal holder is Gyarados. Also in the Alolan Raichu division, we got the leader himself, Liam, the London Luxrays. So his Mega is Mega Blastoise. We also got Magearna, Amoonguss, Emboar, Tornadus Incarnate, Uxie, Rhydon, Latios, Diggersby though, Drapion, and Zebstrika. And as you can see, Liam's Z Crystal holder is Magearna. Also in the Alolan Raichu division, we got Silver coming back with the Floridian coach of the Floridian Typhlosions. His Mega is Mega Gardevoir. And we also got on the team Excadrill, Breloom, Arcanine, Gigalith, Jellicent, Licky, Raikou, Flygon, Excelgor, and Braviary. His Z Crystal user is Arcanine. Now finally, for the Alolan Raichu division, we got a new coach in Wepa and the coach of the Hardhead Jangmo-O's. His Mega is Mega Garchomp. We also got Volcanion, Silvally, Crobat, Doublade, Shuckle, Avalugg, Feraligatr, Rotom-Wash, Gallade, and Florges. As you can see, his Z Crystal user is Crobat. Now, going on to the next division, we got the one belonging to yours truly. So the first coach coming up is Kurt, coach of the Adelaide Absols. He's rocking Mega Mawile. And the rest of his pokes: Kyurem Black, Cresselia, Umbreon, Mantine, Miltank, Boros, Infernape, Sableye, Rotom-Mow, and Rampardos. His Z Crystal user is Infernape. Also in the Pancham division, Napalm, coach of the Falls Furfrou, rocking Mega Charizard X. And along with that, Mew, Staraptor, Alolan Muck, Beware, Weezing, Carnivine, Milotic, Tyranitar, Golurk, and Gramble. His Z Crystal user is Mew. Also returning, we got Noah, the coach of the New York Golurks, rocking Mega Manectric, and his other pokes being Garchomp, Togekiss, Shaman, Blastoise, Regirock, Primeape, Heatran, Sharpedo, Hoopa, and Muck. And the last team on the Pancham division is the New York Nidokings, which is my team, but I am not the coach this season. Instead, taking my place is my good friend, my best friend, Nerd Squad Gaming. So he will be the head coach. You can just call me the owner of the team. He's gonna be rocking Mega Alakazam as his Mega. And following off, we got Zygarde, Lucario, Greninja, Dhelmise, Diancie, Type Null, Volcarona, Renickles, Golbat, and Ampharos. His Z Crystal user is Volcarona. Now switching over to the TCG conference and the Tyranitar division, the first coach we got up is Blaze, coach of the El Paso Entes. His Mega is Mega Lopunny, and he's also going to be rocking that Victini. Axorus, Primarina, Donphan, Escavalier, Vanillux, Cofagrigus, Virizion, Thundurus Incarnate, and Noivern. His Z Crystal poke, as you can see, is Thundurus Incarnate. Next up, we got the returning Bobby, coach of the Philadelphia Scythers, rocking Mega Skeptiles. I'll just say Mega Superior. Mega Skeptile. Also rocking a Tapu Koko, Crocodile, Kingdra, Decidueye, Armaldo, Ferroseed, Pelipper, Alolan Ninetales, Toxicroak, and Exploud. Bobby having that Toxicroak as a Z Crystal user. And we got another new coach. This is the last of the new coaches. I probably should have said that in the beginning. We have 3 new coaches. Wepa, which you know is in the A.RAICHU division. Ryan, who's in the PanChamp division. And we got MMS, who's in the Tyranitar division. Coach of the Las Vegas Linoons. His Mega is Mega Houndoom. And he's going to be rocking Landotherian, Azelf, Snorlax, Pedialisk, Hitmonlee, Victreebel, Gengar, Suicune, Torkoal, and Fortress. His Z Crystal holder is Landotherian. We got the Rochester Rhydons, coached by Big Pum himself. His Mega is Mega Scizor. And as you can see, he got Salamence, Slowbro, Pangrowth, Gardevoir, Typhlosion, Sandslash, Jolteon, Porygon 2, Mienshao, and Sneasel. His Z Crystal user is Salamence. And as you guys probably saw, there was a Tyranitar division and there's no CB. Just like myself, CB is not going to be competing this season. I was just saying that before you guys are surprised. The last coach that also is not returning is Lindo. As overall, the 3 of us really just wanted a break from competition. We may potentially all 3 of us be back in the near future, but it's time to let other people have a chance at winning, right? So, leading off, we got Season 4's champion himself, Connor, and leading his own Porygon Z division. Rocking that Mega Gallade. And the rest of his squad, Celesteela, Gliscor, Rotom Heat, Tyrantrum, Spiritomb, Hecleon, Tapu Fini, Serena, Garbodor, and Zoroark. His Z Crystal holder is Zoroark. Next up, Matt, the coach of the Miami Manaphies, rocking that Mega Venusaur. Along with the rest of the squad, we got Weavile, Mamoswine, Galvantula, Porygon Z, Moltres, Combuskin, Hydreigon, Mimikyu, Hitmontop, and Furfrou. Matt's Z Crystal holder is Weavile. We got the Waterville Weaviles, coached by Nate, rocking that Mega Slowbro, and almost in an inverse of Matt, has Manaphy, Nidoqueen, Gastrodon, Empoleon, Quagsire, Claydol, Conkeldurr, Magnezone, Ledion, and Magmar. Nate's Z Crystal holder is Manaphy. And the last coach coming back, Shane, the coach of the Wilmington Crobats, rocking that Mega Absol. And along with that, we got Zapdos, Cobalion, Vaporeon, Roserade, Dusknoir, Steelix, Entei, Dragonite, Espeon, and Carbink. And Shane's Z Crystal holder is Dragonite. So now the way that the league is going to be working this time around is the fact that, as I said, there's only 12 weeks of actual battles. In any coach's week, you're going to fight everyone in their division twice. So out of those set 12 matches, 6 of them are going to be with someone else in their division. So easy way to get their revenge, their payback, whether they win or lose in the first match. They get another shot again later on. The rest of the 6 matches are going to be people from other divisions and or conferences. We were able to randomize them up just right, so no one can actually say, you know, if I actually had this thing, you know, I could have beat you, because guess what? You have a chance to do so. Because remember, at the end of the whole thing, is not, as I said before, it's not going to be based off of your overall standing. You're going to be looking at which person in each division is the first player, because that's the only person that's going to advance off into the playoffs to make things much faster, so that we can have enough time to begin during Ultra Sun and Moon. So with that, Season 5 is starting. Because of the weird time frame that we actually are starting, Week 1 has a very lengthy time frame, but after that we're going to go with the solid. Every week things are going to be due. As I said, I'm going to try that as soon as a battle is posted to record, as to not have what happened past seasons happen again. So, as always guys, this is your boy PXG Cash Howard, the owner of the New York Needle Kings, thanking you guys. As always, like, subscribe, watch when these battles go live. We do put in our best. I can probably say, without fail, probably one of the harder of leagues that are out there. So do keep an eye out and cheer for your respective coaches. And until next time,